Thank you to Grammarly for sponsoring this video. This 3 black coffees a day husband
and this 1 coffee with cream wife
are quitting for 3 months. Right now, coffee drinkers are like, non-coffee drinkers are like, I choked. That was unrelated. Why are we doing it?
Because you wanted to.
No, well, kinda, yeah, but I want to get over an addiction. When I don't drink coffee, my muscles get heavy. I don't want to do anything. I'm basically Jabba the Hutt. I mean, because he doesn't move around, not because he's the lord of a criminal empire. My criminal empire is of a different style, so it's not comparable. What if I'm all out of coffee the day I have to drive a bus rigged to explode if I don't keep it above 50 miles per hour like Sandra Bullock in Speed? We're all dead. Also, coffee is terrible for your health. Anxiety, insomnia, high blood pressure, pretentiousness. Just ask Dr. Aaron Carroll.
The evidence that it's unhealthy is massively overrated.
Cool. It's fine. But we can all agree that it's not good for you, right?
Drinking coffee is associated at least with lower rates of most cancers, of heart disease, longer life, lower rates of cognitive...
Oh, okay, guess we should just be mainlining coffee all day then.
Having said that, moderation is always the best. You know, you don't want to take so much coffee that you are actually getting jittery.
By the way, Aaron Carroll is the host of Healthcare Triage and also the doctor of a doctor of health care. So basically, it's the same old story, not necessarily terrible for your health when used in moderation. But I'm addicted and I feel terrible when I don't have it, and that doesn't seem good. And historically, my sleep has been terrible. And a lot of people say when they quit coffee, it cured their insomnia, poop troubles, rekindled their marriage, gave them limbo bullet dodging reflexes, and they became the all-seeing, all-knowing space baby at the center of the universe. So maybe this reason is actually just see if it improves stuff or whatever. But here's the thing. We did this once before, but only for a month, and it didn't really improve stuff. My sleep is the same. And that led many of you space babies to say that a month wasn't long enough. And the top comment is a pretty good one. This can also be called documenting a socially acceptable addiction relapse. That's pretty good and true. So true. Therefore, we're doing it differently this time. We're going for 3 months, and maybe that'll give me the benefits I was looking for. And last time we quit all caffeine. Not this time, mon frere. We're only quitting
anything with like a large bulk dose of caffeine.
And obviously we agreed caffeinated tea is out.
Green tea is okay.
Not for me.
Green tea isn't like one of the super caffeinated ones.
I'll look it up right now. 30 to 50.
Do black tea.
47.
Okay, never mind. Do coffee.
95.
It's like half calf.
We're not drinking half calf.
Fine. Green tea is too much.
And since we're not being so extreme this time, maybe I will quit forever. Because this time we have decaf and chocolate.
The continuation of the ritual. Wake up, have a cup of coffee. It tastes like a cup of coffee. So much more sustainable.
But even if I don't make it a permanent habit, at the very least, I need a reset. I also said this at the end of our previous challenge. If I quit again, it'll be because I want to reset and make coffee work better. I have a better relationship with coffee now. I haven't drank more than 1 cup since we've gotten back. It works better for me now. Still, just 1 cup is plenty. Well, yeah, I brought it back up to 3 cups. I need 3 cups just to feel normal. That, my friend, is addiction. I need a reset. So then when I go back, 1 cup will be glorious once again. But let's not make this an everyday thing. Speaking of trying to do work during a caffeine crash without being a dingus, Grammarly helps me navigate my way through the decaf brain fog. It also helps me navigate not being a dingus during regular times. Grammarly is also something I've been using for years, since long before they even asked to sponsor this video. It's an all-in-one writing tool, not just a spelling and grammar checker. It also helps you communicate your ideas concisely and in the right tone. That was an example of the wrong tone, just in case you didn't know what we were talking about. I use it for everything I do, writing scripts, emails, Slacks, YouTube doodly-doos, tweets, blorps, splops. Blorps and splops are lesser known social media. I've gotta have my splops. You think I talk fast? I also write fast, and Grammarly helps me save time and be more confident that I'm using the right tone and being very, really very like totally concise. That was an example of not being concise. And you can get the free version with basic and spelling grammar suggestions. It's just free. You could just get that right now. Why not? And the free version also comes with tone detector. Ensure you're saying what you mean in the appropriate and correct tone. I did it again. But the premium version gives you super duper awesome stuff. Like the tone transforms. Like maybe you want to sound more diplomatic and not so angry. And the clarity full sentence rewrites, which will cut down on all that babble so you can effectively communicate your ideas. So polish up on your words and your grammar. Get through your work and those emails quicker, knowing that it's concise and confident and you don't sound like a dingus. Go to Grammarly.com/Wheezy to sign up for a premium account and get 20% off Grammarly Premium today so that you can just start being better with your words and whatnot and stuff. Okay, I've explained why we quit coffee. Now, here's what happened starting on day 10.
Should we do a reenactment? A starting on day 1?
Sure. I've asked my friends Eliza and Jake to perform the reenactments.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna make some coffee here.
Okay.
Boop.
How much caffeine's in that coffee?
I'm not sure. Let me check the bag.
You knew we were gonna do this. Why are you crying?
Insane.
Okay, good. That might have been a bit of an exaggeration, but it wasn't all roses and butterflies. I feel generally lower levels of energy.
I got the nappies. I mean, I told you, if this continues, I quit.
Can you reenact that?
If I keep having to take a nap every single day, I am done.
To be angrier?
I'm done! And then you were like, oh my God, what a quitter.
More of an accent, please.
Oh my God, what a quitter.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't so tired that I couldn't not fall asleep on the couch.
Wait, let's count the negatives in that sentence. Okay, yeah, that's a positive. Yay! As a sufferer of the affliction known as the early 40s, I'm often a napper anyways. But when we quit alcohol, my nap need was negated. Negated. But after quitting coffee, and there were a couple days where I had to nap, the most glorious nap. So deep, so true. Coffee has just like masked the fact that I'm tired a lot of the time. So early on, I didn't notice that I was sleeping longer at night. I've always had a problem waking up in the middle of the night, and I still did. My naps were glorious though, and also I may have slept deeper when I did sleep because I definitely feel better when I wake up. I feel more refreshed in the morning.
Really? I sleep much more deeply and soundly overall. And then I think I also wake up feeling less groggy.
That said, I feel more refreshed when I wake up pretty quickly. I feel like I could go back to bed. Kind of have that feeling all day. It's not all roses and butterflies just yet. What was I talking about? I actually felt mostly pretty good today. Maybe I'm getting over a hump. Maybe there's a hump. Maybe there's some humping going on. No. Here's the thing, guys. I woke up deciding I was going to try to just have rooibos tea, 0 caffeine. It was good, but I really missed the flavor of coffee. And then I switched, had some decaf. I think I noticed the caffeine effects from the decaf. And then I had another cup of decaf. Feels a little bit like cheating, but at the same time, it's exactly the rules I set up, so maybe not. And maybe I'm becoming more sensitive to caffeine because I'm not drinking regular coffee, so maybe it's fine. Maybe I should stop talking like this. Last night, I felt better than I had felt in the evening in a long time. I always would crash in the evening, and it'd be the time when I would have to play with Ada, and I would always be like, dragon. Not a dragon. But dragon. Maybe sometimes I'd pretend to be a dragon. She likes the movie Raya and the Last Dragon, so. It's better. It's gotten better. I just feel worse when I don't get good sleep. And when I had coffee, it just hid that feeling. It's also kind of forcing me to prioritize sleep even more and make sure I go to bed early enough. But if I still don't get enough sleep, I make sure I have a nap. I realize not everyone has that luxury, hence the coffee. But maybe everyone should have that luxury. Okay, let's have an aside about naps now. Maybe being tired isn't a sign of weakness or laziness, but we just need more sleep. Maybe we should have siestas, regular midday nap times, like they do on the Greek island of Ikaria, one of planet Earth's blue zones where people live the longest. There's other factors as to why they live a long time there, but I bet naps are one of them, even if you don't want a nap. Wouldn't it be great if you had the option if you needed it? Let's make space for naps, and let's stop nap shaming. Okay, now let's talk about one of my favorite things to put in my mouth, food. I'm generally fuller throughout the day. I don't get like super hungry and have to like gorge myself anymore. Initially, I thought this might be because caffeine allegedly has appetite suppressant qualities. So then when it wears off after not eating for a while, you get really hungry. But research is pretty iffy on that. It could also just be because we're quitting alcohol, which numbs the feeling of being full. I don't know. Also, somewhat related, my poop is healthier. That's how I'll describe that without actually describing it. So anyway, things were going good. Past couple days, quite tired at certain times of the day. So anyway, things were going bad. Really, really oppressingly tired. So anyway, things were going really, really bad. Theory, we were drinking a type of decaf that had possibly 2 to 7 milligrams of caffeine, but we switched to this one, which has a different way they make the decaf, and so it has less. Maybe I'm affected more by the decaf than I think I am. But that's just a theory. The theory was tested even more a few days later. Thinking of being a Thai guy now. That's unrelated. That's unrelated. We found that we still had a bag of the old decaf that had more caffeine in it buried in the bowels of our kitchen cabinet. And I had some today, and I actually feel quite good, which might mean that the little amount of caffeine in average decaf coffee matters, which makes this whole experiment bullshit. Damn it! No, it's fine. Still significantly less caffeine. Once this bag's done, we're gonna switch back to the one that has minuscule amounts. But hey, What's the deal? Why does some decaf have less caffeine than other decaf? How do they make decaf? I think I'll have my mom, an avid decaf drinker, and my dad, a drinker, explain it.
There's 4 methods.
You know it, baby bear.
You got your direct solvent process.
Hell yeah. That's when coffee beans are exposed to either methylene chloride or ethyl acetate.
You're going to expose your acetate any day.
Keep it clean, jelly bean.
Okay, a cleaner one. The indirect solvent process.
ISP, yeah, you know me.
You boil all the caffeine and flavor out of the beans.
Remove the beans from the bean water and slap some of that bodacious methyl chloride in there to dig out the caffeine.
Then slather that yummy flavor water back into the beans. That way what happens? That way the beans never touch the chemicals.
Then you got your Swiss or mountain water process, which gets rid of more caffeine than the others. That's my favorite. I'm a Swiss bitch.
Throw some beans in water, boil out all those goods, take out that water, aka green coffee extract, GCE, yeah, you know me.
I already said that. Slap that GCE water onto some other pre-steamed beans. This soaks up most of the caffeine, leaving the flavor in the beans.
Because the GCE is already holding the flavor from the other beans.
Squeeze that water like the of a sailor, with consent, through a charcoal filter to get rid of the last of the caffeine.
Pop that wet boy back in the beans. Done. Then you got your CO2 process.
I don't give a about the CO2 process.
Okay, then we're done. I'm gonna go hit the trampoline.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Informative as never. So, China and I checked in after a month of this life-changing adventure.
I feel no different.
Life-saming adventure, for her at least. And I've noticed that I've been not like super hungry ever. Middle ground all the time. It's kind of like this. Hand jive. I don't remember how
I don't remember how it goes either.
No, I do. Apparently I do remember. I do have less motivation. The naps have come back.
The naps have really come back in full force.
My nighttime sleep hasn't improved. I'm still going. Are you going to still go?
Yeah, I'm gonna still go.
Hello, I am a toy bin. Feed me. Yum. And then we continued on for several weeks. Here's a reenactment of us just not drinking coffee.
You drinking coffee?
No. You drinking coffee?
Why did you wait a day to ask me that?
You gonna change those clothes ever?
Are you?
Touche. But then, I think my sleep is getting better lately. Gasp! Hooray! It's still bad, but it's like better. Better. Hooray. 7.5 hours of sleep last night. Hard to attain for me. I feel fantastic. If I was on coffee, I still wouldn't feel fantastic with 7.5 hours of sleep. I would need the coffee.
I have recently begun twice a week having a mini Coca-Cola.
Gasp!
And it's got like 21 grams of caffeine.
Gasp!
Something
That's
like
not that much.
So it's really not that much.
Oh, she meant 21 milligrams. Right. Okay.
I don't really notice any changes.
Sure. Cool. So at this point, my motivation was returning and my sleep was starting to get better. But why did it take so long when everything I read says like 2 weeks maybe the side effects go away? But I think they're mostly talking about physical side effects of withdrawal, like headaches, irritability, extreme fatigue, the more obvious side effects. But I still felt lack of motivation throughout the month. So why am I getting conflicting information? Reality. I asked Aaron Carroll why quitting coffee cold turkey seemed to demotivate me for so long.
Cold turkey rarely works. I know like you're into it, but cold turkey in general, I can make an argument that forcing yourself to give up something you enjoy could be demotivating in some way. But it could also be, I guess, theoretically, that you are needing caffeine in order to provide some level of stimulation to your brain. Some of it is physical, some of it is mental, and they're enmeshed in a way that we barely understand. And I don't know where one ends and the other begins. No one's going to know. No one's going to have a good answer for it.
Great. Thank you. I knew this would be the answer. It's always the answer. No one knows for sure. It's complicated. Stupid truth. It never fits into a compelling and entertaining narrative. Back to the narrative.
At one time, a couple of weeks ago, you were considering going back to drinking coffee because
I want to get things done and be productive in an efficient way, but I'm really lacking focus. I have to get to 3 months though. So we're at day 52 now, and it's better. I don't think I'll ever get to the high you get with coffee where you're like, I can do everything. The thing I miss is the energy boost that I feel like I was addicted to.
Try to do it less, like, a cup
Yeah.
in the morning. We always wind up at it. It's moderation. It's trying to find where the benefits massively outweigh the harms to you.
Moderation. It's complicated. So let's check in one last time. Oh, with me right now. We're all caught up at 3 months. How do you feel, China?
feel good. I like not being dependent on a substance to like get through the day. I've gotten to a place where I feel the same as I did when I was drinking caffeinated coffee. And I still get to drink decaf, which is the best part. Still get the flav.
The flav.
Yeah.
And do you listen to Flava Flav while you're drinking it? Okay, I'll talk about how I feel with you not here, so you can you don't have to be on camera anymore. Okay. As for me, I feel better than I did the first and second month. My sleep, I think it's getting a little better. I have an app that tracks how long I sleep, and it seems to be going up a little bit with some bad nights here and there. I'm not 100% sure if all of this has to do with quitting coffee. We're also quitting alcohol. There was a change of seasons. I started drinking smoothies. I got new contacts. I started watching season 3 of Succession. I don't know, but I do definitely attribute feeling better right when I wake up to not drinking coffee because it just seems like so much better. And when I nap, it's super deep and restorative. I love naps even more now. I'm also really enjoying drinking decaf. The flavor is nearly the same. We got good whole bean decaf and we use the pour over method. It's and I get to drink it in the evenings without worrying about it disrupting my sleep. And I'm still never really getting super hungry, except for naps. I'm getting hungry for naps. I do miss the extreme motivation that only coffee seems to give me, but I'm not ready to go back on the sauce yet. I'm gonna give it some more time. Maybe occasionally if I need an extra jolt of energy, I can have a cup and it will be more effective. I think I'll wait until I need to drive a bus so it doesn't explode. That would be a great time for coffee. Bus probably won't have a coffee maker on it though. I'll have to carry around a thermos with regular coffee. And maybe I'll enjoy that extra jolt of energy too much and I'll start drinking it every day again. And then it'll be a slippery slope and I'll be back to 3 a day again. And then I'll quit again. Maybe that's my version of moderation. Moderation until it isn't, and then I quit. And then moderation until it isn't, and then I quit. And then moderation until it isn't, and then I quit. Moderation until it isn't, and then I quit. Moderation isn't, moderation quit. Moderation isn't. That's all. Thanks for watching. Quick flash forward a week or so. I just had black tea, my first larger dose of caffeine in months. 2 things. I like the taste of coffee way more than tea. I had to use milk. 2, it does pack a bit of a caffeine punch though. I'm not uncomfortable, but I think I'm actually sweating. I don't think I'm gonna make this an everyday thing. Also a reminder that I send out an email newsletter every Tuesday, Two's Better newsletter, link down below. And my friend Greg Benson and I have started a podcast, 2 guys talking about lettuce. I would describe it as, okay, now it's like 8 hours later of editing this video and I felt more motivated to work than I have in a while. I never crashed, I still haven't. So maybe tea's the way to go, or half calf. Half calf will probably taste better. Anyway, thanks to Jake and Eliza for their compelling performances. By the way, Jake is making a horror movie, link down below to where you can invest in it. That's all, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see China and my adventure quitting alcohol for 3 months, that's right there. And I think it's equally entertaining. Different substance, same substance, you know what I mean? I don't know what I mean.